Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Zoom session with the ISKCON Youth Forum in Kolkata, India by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on November 17th, 2020 in Sridham, Mayapur, India.
Makakaroti Vatalam Pangulangai Tegaram Yatithatavan Vande Segaram Dinatadinam Paramanandamadaram Sri Chaitanya Ishram Hare Om Tat Sat. I'm very happy to be speaking to the ISKCON Youth Forum of Kolkata.
So I'm very happy to speaking to the ISKCON Youth Forum of ISKCON Kolkata.
Guru Maharaj, I have a request. Guru Maharaj, if you speak on when one challenge we are facing in our preaching, that when some good devotees, they go down in devotional service or they leave the association, then it creates a lot of negative impression in the association of devotees in spite of so many services. So, can you, Guru Maharaj, address this point, that how we should remain always encouraged and inspired and carry on our prescribed duty of devotional service in spite of seeing some devotees getting down in devotional service?
Can you give an example of what kind of obstacle they face?
Can you give an example? Can you give the examples of what kind of obstacles they face?
So when some senior devotees leave the association due to some or other reasons, due to misunderstanding, due to not fulfilling their desires, or due to material desires, so then other practicing devotees, they get some issues to raise for the authorities or the voice authorities. They start finding many faults. So in spite of they get into fault finding and they get into Paraninda Paracharcha. So, and a lot of devotees together, they go down in Krishna Consciousness, because when they see practically that some senior devotees, they are going down in bhakti due to his personal reasons, some other reasons. So then the juniors, they get a bit confused. And so Guru Maharaj, to address this point, that how we can always remain inspired, even if we see many ups and downs in our society of devotees.
On Tat Sat.
Hari Om Tat Sat.
I used to ask a similar question to Srila Prabhupada.
So I used to ask similar.
Not I, they.
Oh, they used to ask similar questions to Srila Prabhupada.
And he's explained that the Krishna Consciousness movement is like a hospital.
He explained that the Krishna Consciousness movement is like a hospital.
We take sick people and we cure them.
We take sick people and we cure them.
Sometimes people are not fully cured.
Sometimes people are not fully cured.
When you go to the hospital, it's not surprising to see sick people.
When you go to the hospital, it's not surprising to see sick people.
Rather, the sick people go there, they get treated by the doctor.
Rather, sick people, they go there to get treated by the doctor.
So the doctor is supposed to be healthy,
So the doctor is supposed to be healthy,
and he treats the different patients.
and he treats the different patients.
Some people are juniors, some people are nurses,
Some people are
juniors,
juniors, some people are nurses,
others are patients.
others are patients.
So it's quite normal to see some sick people in the hospital.
So it's quite normal to see some sick people in the hospital.
And we're going there we don't get obsessed by the sick people.
So when we go there, we don't get distressed by the sick people.
We rather go because the doctor will take care of us.
We rather we go because the doctors, they take care of us.
I was in the ICU once in Delhi.
I was in the ICU once in Delhi.
ICU is very hellish because people who are very critical go there.
ICU is very hellish because those who are very critical, they go there.
And someone was crying out,
And someone is crying out,
Mago, Mago, Mago!
Mago, Mago, Mago.
Mother, I'm feeling pain.
Mother, I'm feeling pain.
And someone was chanting, Bobbly, bobbly, bob, oh, such pain, oh, bobbly, bobbly, bob.
Someone is chanting, Mommy, 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 oh, such pain. Babre, Babre, Babre. So much pain.
And someone just was screaming, ah, ah.
Someone used to screaming, ah, ah.
There I was, you're supposed to sleep. Everybody's screaming.
We are supposed to sleep, but everybody is screaming.
So, this was the ICU.
So this is a ICU.
So, in the Krishna Consciousness movement, some people are still sick.
So in the Krishna Conscious movement, some people are still sick.
But we shouldn't be distracted by that.
But we shouldn't be distracted by that.
We should rather take our cure and try to advance.
We should rather take our cure and should try to advance.
Get out of the ICU.
And get out of the ICU.
First you go in a normal ward, then you get discharged.
First you go to the normal ward, then you become healthy and you get discharged.
So, like that, we should try to get healthy, become Krishna conscious.
So like that, we should try to get healthy, to become Krishna conscious.
We shouldn't give up. We should not give up.
We shouldn't give up.
Keep on trying.
We should keep on trying.
And then gradually we'll be healthy.
And gradually we'll be healthy.
And we'll be blissful.
And we'll be blissful.
Haribo.
Haribo.
Very nice. Okay.
So, so like this. Now, we faced naturally different anarthas, different problems.
We face naturally different anarthas, different problems.
And then by taking shelter of the spiritual master, we gradually overcome these anarthas.
And by taking the shelter of the spiritual master, we gradually overcome these anarthas.
And then we can actually taste spiritual bliss.
And we can actually taste spiritual bliss.
We can taste bliss at every step.
We can taste bliss at every step.
This is mentioned in the first verse of the Shastaka.
This is mentioned in the first verse of the Shastaka.
Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam.
Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam.
Nectar at every step.
Nectar at every step.
So when we get purified, we can taste nectar at every step.
When we get purified, we can taste nectar at every step.
A gradual process
It's a gradual process.
may take us some time,
It may take us some time,
but it will happen.
but it will happen.
So we're very grateful that the youth are trying to achieve perfection.
So we are very grateful that the youths are trying to achieve perfection.
Prabhupada was saying how the young people are the jewels of the country,
Prabhupada was saying how the young people are the jewel of the country,
and we want young, intelligent devotees should also take advantage of this human life.
so we want the young intelligent devotees should also take advantage of this human life
And reach the spiritual world at the end of this life.
and reach the spiritual world at the end of this life.
Help many others to also go back home.
Help many others to go back home.
Sometimes this material world has different difficulties.
Sometimes this material world have different difficulties.
This is to teach us this is not a place we want to stay.
This is to teach us this is not a place for us to stay.
We want to use our life to serve Krishna.
So we want to use our life to serve Krishna.
Whether as a brahmachari or as a grihastha.
Whether as a brahmachari or as a grihastha.
These are two different ashrams.
These are two different ashrams.
We should make the spiritual life a center of our existence.
We should make the spiritual life as the center of our existence.
And for that reason, we need to practice Krishna consciousness
And for that reason, we should practice Krishna consciousness
every day.
every day.
These are the questions.
Is there any question?
Those are the,
Yes. So Guru Maharaj will visit different homes and they'll ask questions. Premananda Prabhu. Okay. Please unmute yourself. Premananda Prabhu. What's happening? Prabhu, you are co-host. You can unmute yourself.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so Guru Maharaj will, one question I will have from the devotees, and then we will go to another devotee's house, and I will introduce the devotee and I will ask a question on behalf of the devotee.
Okay.
So at the beginning, so one question is there from Jitendra Prabhu from our IYF Kolkata. So his question is, can a Grihastha devotee serve Krishna equally like that of a brahmachari?
see, it depends on one's nature.
You see, it depends on one's nature.
In the 8th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam,
In the 8th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam,
there's a fight between the king of the elephants and the king of the crocodiles.
there is a fight between the king of the elephants and the king of the crocodiles.
And so the fight was in the water.
So the fight was in the water.
At one point, elephant felt he was losing
At one point, the elephant felt that he was losing
because he's a land animal
because he is a land animal
and he was in the water.
and he was in the water.
But the crocodile is a water animal.
But the crocodile is a water animal.
So somehow or another he was in his element, so he was stronger.
So somehow or other he was in his
Element.
elephant. Somehow or other he was in his element, so he was stronger.
So in the Prabhupada says that we should see what is our nature.
in the purport, Prabhupada says that we should see what is our nature.
That in every situation we want to fight against Maya.
In every situation we want to fight against Maya.
So if your nature is more vairagya, then you'll be a brahmachari for a long time.
So if your nature is more vairagya, then you can be a brahmachari for a long time.
And if your nature is more grihastha,
If your nature is more grihastha,
then maybe in that ashram.
then you can maybe in that ashram.
But then it's important to have a devotee wife.
But then it is important to have a devotee wife,
So that both of you can fight against Maya.
so both
a
of
team.
so both of you can fight against Maya as a team
So serve Krishna.
to serve Krishna.
If the lady is simply a Maya,
If the lady is simply a Maya,
then that will not be very convenient.
then that would not be very convenient.
It's very important to marry a Krishna conscious lady.
So it's very important to marry a Krishna conscious lady.
If you want to have a grihastha ashram,
If you want to have a grihastha ashram,
then one can, of course, having a household means you have to work.
so being a household means you have to work.
And unless you have a service directly for the temple, then you have to spend some time earning money.
So unless you are doing a service to the temple, you have to spend some time earning some money.
And also, it's a little more of a balancing act.
So it's a little more of balancing act.
And being a brahmachari has certain advantages that you don't have these responsibilities.
Being a brahmachari, an advantage is you don't have these responsibilities.
But again, you have to see what your nature is.
But again, you have to see what's your nature is.
If your nature is such that you should be a grihastha,
If your nature is such that you have to be a grihastha,
then you should try to find a devotee mate
then you should try to find a devotee mate.
and see how you can do your devotional service together.
And you should see how you can do your devotional service together.
Unfortunately, people look for a mate, they just look at a nice face.
Unfortunately, people, when they look for mate, they just look for the nice face.
But actually, you have to live with the mind.
Actually, it is.
You have to live with the mind.
You have to deal with the mind.
And so you should see that they're Krishna conscious.
So you can see their Krishna consciousness.
One boy, he married a non-devotee,
One boy, he married a non-devotee.
asked by his parents,
He was asked by his parents.
and so she was a non-veg.
So she was a non-veg.
But she promised, I'll be vegetarian.
But she promised that I will be a vegetarian.
After they had a baby,
After they had a baby,
she started eating chicken.
she started eating chicken.
And I said, you promised to be vegetarian?
Then he said, you promised that you'll be a vegetarian.
I promise.
I promised.
I tried.
I tried.
I was a year a vegetarian.
For a year I was a vegetarian.
You know what kind of background I came from?
You know what kind of background I came from?
Sorry, I have to eat
Sorry, I have to eat
meat.
meat.
So, better to have a devotee from the beginning,
So better to have a devotee from the beginning,
then at least there's less maintenance,
at least there is a last maintenance.
less
Less maintenance.
together you can, but less marriage is two people.
Marriage is two people.
The other person has to be on the same wavelength,
You have to have the other person on the
same wavelength.
same wavelength.
And brahmachari, living in ashram is also sometimes there's crazy people in the ashram.
Brahmacharis, when you all are staying in the ashram also, sometimes there are crazy people in the ashram.
So, the ups and downs on both sides.
So there is ups and downs in the both sides.
Brahmachari, have responsibilities, you can serve Krishna 24 hours.
So brahmacharis, you don't have responsibilities, so you can serve Krishna 24 hours.
But grihasthas can also do a lot of service.
But grihasthas also can do a lot of service.
And although they can make money, so they can give money to the temple,
So they can make money so that they can give some money to the temple,
or they can do various preaching.
or they can do various preachings.
We want people to serve Krishna,
We want people to serve Krishna,
no matter what they are.
no matter what they are.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Next, I would like to introduce one devotee of our boy. Here is Maharaj, your disciple, Shubhamoy Nitai Das. Shubhamoy Nitai Prabhu, he came in Krishna Consciousness 5 years back, and after that he practiced sincerely and got initiated last to last Rath Yatra, Guru Maharaj by yourself. And he was working as professor in on Techno India University of Kolkata, and he preached a lot to the youth of Kolkata. And Guru Maharaj is going to join full time in this month or at the end of this month. So Guru Maharaj, he has questions. Kindly bless him. He's going to join full time, and he has one question to you, Guru Maharaj. So can you please ask? Guru Maharaj, kindly bless me so that I can serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada in ISKCON. I have one question, that is how to remain steady in
The secret is to always stay busy in Krishna service.
So the secret is to always stay busy in Krishna's service.
Mon Kai Bhakya.
Mon Kai Bhakya.
We want our words, our deeds, and our thoughts to be absorbed in Krishna.
So we want our words, our deeds, and our thoughts to be absorbed in Krishna.
If we can engage our intelligence always in how to expand the preaching,
So if we can always engage our intelligence how to expand the preaching
how to improve our service,
or how to improve our service,
that's the best way.
that's the best way.
If we allow the mind to drift onto the objects of the senses,
So if we allow our mind to drift onto the object of the senses,
and naturally we become distracted.
and naturally we will become distracted.
So somehow it's important to have a service
So somehow it's important to have a service,
that you like to do,
if you like to do,
that you can be fully absorbed in.
that you can be fully absorbed in.
Prabhupada gave me a lot of very absorbing service.
Prabhupada gave me a lot of very absorbing service.
And so that kept me busy out of Maya.
So that kept me busy out of Maya.
So the devotees who give you service to see that you're fully engaged.
The devotees who gives you service should see that you are fully engaged.
And if you're not feeling fully engaged,
Then if you are not feeling fully engaged,
tell them.
tell them.
And because you need to be fully engaged to be free of Maya.
Because you need to be fully engaged to be free of Maya.
As they say, idle mind is a devil's workshop.
There is a saying, idle mind is a devil of a workshop.
Devil's workshop.
Devil's workshop.
If our mind is idle,
If the mind is idle,
if we're not fully fixed in our service,
if we are not fully fixed in our service,
the mind will start to think about Maya.
the mind will start to think about Maya.
Bhakti Yoga means be fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness.
So Bhakti Yoga means to be fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Next, there is one question by one devotee. His name is not written. So, Guru Maharaj is asking that I am in a non-devotees association from lockdown and I am trying to chant in this situation, but I
Well, you'll hit upon a point. You'll hit upon a point.
So when you hit a part of point,
You have hit upon a point
you have hit a part of point.
that in the Upadeshamrita, there's recommendation one should have devotee association.
In the Upadeshamrita, there is a recommendation that one should have the association of the devotee,
And that you should avoid association of non-devotees.
that you should avoid the association of non-devotee.
So, but it seems that you have, you're in such a situation that you have not control over.
So, but you seems to be in a situation that you have no control over.
So it's more difficult to practice devotional service.
So, it is difficult to practice devotional service.
If you can encourage the people with you to also meditate or chant or something,
If you also can encourage the people with you to meditate, to chant or something
for an hour or so,
for an hour or so,
then that may be very good.
then that may be very good.
If you can't do that,
If you can't do that,
and then somehow, probably they sleep late,
somehow probably they'll sleep late.
and so you can go to bed early, get up early,
You can go to bed early and get up early.
and then you chant early in the morning when they're probably sleeping.
So you can chant early in the morning when all of them are sleeping.
And you can do your studies when they wake up.
Then you can do your studies when they wake up.
Stay busy that you have less association.
Stay busy that you have less association.
The real point of association is having to open a heart, hear the other person.
So the real point of association is we have to open our heart, hear to other people.
We want to avoid that because the heart will be filled with non-devotional thoughts.
You can avoid that because their heart will be filled with non-devotional thoughts.
So, somehow or another, spend your time reading.
Somehow or rather spend your time reading.
They may consider you as antisocial.
They may consider you as antisocial.
And then you could ask them, oh, could you help me understand this?
Then you can ask them, could you help me to understand this?
Show some part of a book.
Show some Prabhupada book.
And then they'll read it
Then they'll read it.
and get purified.
Then and they get purified.
Or they may say, no, I don't have no time.
And they may say, oh, I don't have time.
And go away.
And they'll go away.
So you want to give them association, not take their association.
You want to give them association, not take association.
And use at that time, you can use your phone to talk with devotees.
And you can use your phone to talk with the devotees. And if you have time.
You can have association with devotees.
In this way, you can have association with the devotees.
I visit many devotees virtually.
I visit many devotees virtually.
And actually, I don't, to associate with me materially, you you have to be in quarantine for 14 days. So associate with me
To associate with me,
materially,
you have to be quarantined for 14 days.
but I'm always associating with devotees
So I am always associating with devotees
virtually.
virtually.
So you can associate with devotees virtually.
So you can associate with devotees virtually.
And in this way, a lot of devotee association.
So in this way, there is a lot of devotee association.
These are a few things that come to mind.
These are the few things that came to my mind. Guru Maharaj in the beginning he said to hit the bottom point. Prabhu, what is the next question? Premananda Prabhu. It is going to be 9:20. We have 10 more minutes. Unmute yourself, Prabhu.
I would like to introduce our Kolol Prabhu. Kolol Prabhu is here already. So,
Kolol Bera.
yeah, Kolol Veda.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Kolol Bera Prabhu. Guru Maharaj have accepted your garland. Thank you for having Guru Maharaj at your home. Guru Maharaj is blessing
And
you.
Kolol Prabhu also made sweet rice.
Okay, thank you for the sweet rice. Hari Bol.
So, Kolol Prabhu is a passed out student of Master of Engineering from Jayapataka University of Kolkata. He stayed in Goa for almost 3 years, and right now he is working in Indian Railway in Maharashtra. And Prabhu is chanting his 16 rounds for the last 4 years, and his all family members are also devotees in Hooghly. They are connected to Maharaj preaching, and here is the altar of Kolol Prabhu's home. So Kolol Prabhu has a question to Guru Maharaj. So Kolol Prabhu has a question. Guru Maharaj, I stay in a rented room near my workplace, far from devotee association. I am somehow trying to keep my bhakti life alive. Since every day I have to do all the household chores myself, like cleaning, cooking, washing dishes, etc. It's becoming very difficult to find time for book reading and other devotional activities after coming back from office. I can only somehow finish my 16 rounds. So in such situation, what should I do so that I can still follow the faith?
Ladies, I have to do a lot of housework.
Ladies, they have to do a lot of housework.
Ask me a similar question.
They ask me similar questions.
You seem to be working plus have the house.
You seem to be working and plus doing a lot of housework.
So, the thing is that now I have the Bhagavad Gita and different books
The thing is that now they have the Bhagavad Gita and different books
in audio format.
in audio format, audio books.
Now, iPad or iPod,
You can have an iPad or iPod,
and then listen to the audio
and
Shastra.
or listen to the audio Gita and many other audio shastras.
And this is why you're doing your washing your clothes or cooking or something.
So in this way, while doing your works like washing your clothes or cooking or something,
You're hearing Shastra.
you can hear the shastra.
Also, download classes from the internet.
Also, you can download the classes from the internet.
And I Jayapataka Swami app,
There is my Jayapataka Swami app.
and that gives different access to the JPS archives and to the program.
It gives different access to the JPS archives and different programs,
So that you can hear the classes.
so that you can hear the classes.
Also, the SoundCloud
Many other things are there like SoundCloud
class about 7 o'clock.
You can also attend my daily classes, which I give it about 7 o'clock.
And we've got different ways you can hear classes, you can associate,
So there are different ways where you can hear classes, where you can associate
Facebook,
on Facebook,
YouTube,
on YouTube.
so you can download it. And you can also associate with different devotees
You can download the app and you also can associate with different devotees
by virtually.
by virtually.
So, unless the regular classes of the
So you also must regularly attend the regular classes of the IYF.
So, this way you can get some devotee association.
So in this way you can get some devotee association.
Actually, as I said,
Actually, as I said,
I don't have much personal contact with devotees.
I don't have much personal contact with the devotees,
And all day long I'm meeting devotees.
but all day long I'm meeting devotees.
And I don't even feel that I'm not meeting them.
I don't even feel that I'm not meeting them.
I feel contact with them.
I feel contact with them.
But I feel contact with you.
Is the way I feel contact with you.
So, usually the only association was face to face. And now we can contact each other virtually.
So it used to be the only contact through the Facebook page, but now we can contact with each other virtually. Okay, next. So it is 9:25. So what? Ask Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. I could not give you the report of our preaching, of last year preaching. So, I would like to briefly give you our preaching report. So, myself is Premananda Chaitanya Das, your humble, trying to become your disciple. Guru Maharaj, last year, Rathayatra, we promised to you that our boys will try to distribute 3,500 Bhagavad Gita or Mahabig books. So last year, all our boys devotees, they put effort for 1.5 months, and they could distribute 3,600 Mahabig books last year by your blessings and mercy. And Guru Maharaj, in our boys, there were 25 devotees last year, but this year many devotees got passed out, and so now currently around 50 devotees are staying in our boys, and we are preaching from in the Salt Lake area in many colleges. We are organizing one-time programs and in many colleges officially, and then trying to get the contacts and to get the people, to get the boys. And Guru Maharaj, many of the boys are getting into Vidya Ashram. Also, some of the boys, as previously I showed you, joining Brahmachari Ashram also, but number is very few. So, Guru Maharaj, we don't know, we are clueless. For this year, the marathon, we don't want because we cannot go in public.
Premananda
So,
Prabhu,
how we
you are clueless because in this year marathon you can't go to the public, right?
Yeah, that's what Guru Maharaj, we want some guidance from you. What should be our attitude, and in what way we can try, or how much we give importance this year. So this is the point, Guru Maharaj. We want some guidance from you in this regard.
So Guru Maharaj, they want some guidance, so how to deal with the whole situation.
So I asked to see Chennai and Bangalore, they're having like 40 devotees attending class.
So I asked this year in Chennai and Bangalore, they used to have 40 devotees to attend the class.
So I asked them, how did you get more people?
So I asked them, how did you get more people?
They said those 40 devotees belong to different WhatsApp groups.
So they said those 40 devotees belongs to different WhatsApp groups.
They have friends.
They have friends.
So they contacted all their friends, all their WhatsApp groups.
So they contacted all their friends on their WhatsApp groups.
They had a poster, Bhagavad Gita Made Easy course.
They had a poster of Bhagavad Gita Made Easy course.
And through various ways, they advertised, they promoted, they reached out.
So in various ways they advertised it, they promoted it, and they reached out.
You know how many members they got?
You know how many members they got?
9,000.
9,000.
You know, from 40 to 9,000
From 40 to 9,000
registered.
registered.
And I told this in Mangaluru,
I told this in Mangaluru,
and they did the similar thing.
and they did the similar thing.
I gave classes in 7 languages.
They gave classes in 7 languages.
South Indian and English and Hindi and
In some South Indian
Bengali.
languages, English and Hindi.
So they were able to get 10 to 11,000.
And they were able to get 10 to 11,000.
So actually, they said that this lockdown has increased the outreach many, many, many times.
So actually they have said that this lockdown has increased their outreach many, many, many times.
Given more opportunity for the devotees in the congregation and in the IYF
It has
to
given
preach.
It have given more opportunity for the devotees in their congregation, in their IYF, to preach.
Before every class, the leader would train them up what to say,
Before every class, the leader would train them up what to say,
and then they would give the class.
and then they would give the class.
So in Chennai, they used Zoom,
In,
they paid money.
so in Chennai, they used Zoom and they paid money.
But Mangaluru, they didn't have money.
But in Mangaluru, they didn't have money.
So they used I forget, I think, Microsoft,
Google Meet.
Google Meet. And then they got free. They got 25 free programs.
So they applied for Google Meet and they got 25 free programs.
275 people each one.
275 people for each one.
So that way, they got 10 to 11,000 people.
So in that way, they got 10 to 11,000 people.
They didn't have to pay any money.
But they didn't have to pay any money.
So there's ways that you can do it.
So there are ways that you can do it
If you use your brain.
if you use your brain.
And they did that now after that day. In Mangaluru, they did already like three batches.
So after doing it in Mangaluru, they had already did 3 batches.
And then they got a lot of donations and a lot. See, for each of the Bhagavad Gita made easy, they had to buy a Bhagavad Gita.
So you see, for each of the Bhagavad Gita made easy, they have to buy a Bhagavad Gita.
So that way they sold thousands and thousands of Bhagavad Gitas.
So in that way, they sold thousands and thousands of Bhagavad Gita.
So, you could write to Nomination in Mangaluru or to Sukriti Madhavi and her husband was something. Arvind.
Amarendra Gaur.
Amarendra Gaurdas.
So you can write to Namnishta in Mangaluru or Sukriti Madhavi or Amarendra Gaura in Chennai
And find out how they do it.
and find out how they do it.
So that way, I see I don't think we haven't really used our maximum potential yet.
So in that way, I think that we haven't used our maximum potential yet.
How we can get different people to participate.
How you can get different people to participate.
I think that there are a lot of intelligent boys on this call.
So I think that there are a lot of intelligent boys in this call, on this call.
You could probably do much better than the South Indians.
You can do probably much better than the South Indians.
But no one's tried it yet.
But no one have tried it yet.
Microsoft had a free program.
Microsoft had a free program.
And different programs.
So and then there is different programs like this.
So try to reach out and see how to deliver the books, send the books.
So try to reach out and see how to deliver the books. Okay, Premananda Prabhu, you can say the concluding words now.
Tomorrow is the Prabhupada disappearance day.
Tomorrow is the Prabhupada disappearance day.
I couldn't answer all the questions.
I couldn't answer all the questions. Okay,
I hope those that want to stay in touch, they can download the.
So I hope those who want to stay in touch with Guru Maharaj, they can download the Jayapataka Swami app. This Jayapataka Swami app is available both on Google Play Store and Apple Store. And you download the app and you can stay in touch with Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj writes daily various messages there, and through that you can follow with Guru Maharaj. You can know what he's doing throughout the whole day. Be connected to Jayapataka Swami through Jayapataka Swami app. So Premananda Chaitanya Prabhu, short.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. So
Short.
we from our boys' side, we'd like to offer garland and prashadam to Guru Maharaj. So here, Kumar, please accept the garland.
Thank you.
From our boys' side.
Thank you.
And yes, prashadam, Guru Maharaj for you.
Oh.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.